I am team last minute, guys. I work much better under pressure. Like if exam it's next week, I'm not the type of person to actually study like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks. It's just not my thing. It has never worked for me. Just question papers, you get your study guides, and my favorite part about it is that you also get free textbooks, you know. So I've never bought a textbook ever since I've joined Unisa, and I don't think a lot of people know about it, because it's just that something being hard to another person might not be hard for you. For instance, I was told that financial accounting and constitutional law are terrorists, like they're the terrorists of modules, you know. But I made it all out on my first attempt, you know. They might have not been the best of the best marks that I received, but because I tried to apply myself, it actually all worked out, you know. So don't listen to people. This is hard for me. This is what's hard for another person might not be hard for you. Try to apply. Okay, am I ready? Okay, I think I am now. Hey Rams Clap, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, I know it's been so long. It's been like what, a year since I've actually talked about anything that has to do with school, but that's not the point. I think, okay, my last video was 5 months ago and last night. Disclaimer, guys, I actually deleted a video last night. It was a story time, and I just felt like, you know what, I'm not a story time type of person, and I can't change my niche to accommodate things that are not who I am. So I deleted that story time. It was about an experience that happened in my life, but at the same time I just felt like it was an intimate experience, and it was not something that, or maybe I haven't healed, I don't know, but it's just not something I want to talk about. So without wasting any more further time, today I want to talk about study hacks that have worked for me throughout my duration in Unisa. By the way, guys, I think today I was speaking to myself. I feel like I did mention that I don't want to tell you guys how far I am with school, but I'm like, you know what, that technically defeats the purpose of this channel, because people want content that they can relate to, you know. And if you're gonna believe that maybe something bad might happen to you, then it means that fully you're not putting your trust in God. You say you believe in God, so why are you scared of what could happen or whatever, you know? So nothing will technically happen. Anyway, guys, this is my final year, and I just completed my final exams now. So with Unisa students, we started our exams I think around September. Now it's October. It's the 28th of October today. So yeah, it technically like took a month for us to complete, but yeah. But anyway, with the duration of me being with Unisa for the past 5 years, because I did my high certificate first and my degree for the past 4 years. So yeah, I just want to tell you guys what has worked for me, and you know, if maybe you can relate, again, what works for me, not other people. And if maybe you can relate, you know, maybe you can just take the hacks and then why I got told now deal with, okay, like just like they worked for me. We never know. Just I should put a disclaimer though, guys. I am team last minute, guys. I work much better under pressure. Like if exam it's next week, I'm not the type of person to actually study like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks. It's just not my thing. It has never worked for me. I'm actually going to share my academic record with you guys and just show that, you know, I mean, I'm not a top achiever student or anything like that. I'm very moderate. I have my 50s, my 60s, my 70s, my 80s as well, you know, but it has worked for me. I have never, well, besides the high certificate, I don't remember repeating a module ever since like I completed that. So for the past 4 years, I've never repeated a module. I've never had a supplementary exam, nothing. I've never failed, none of that. It's either I pass. If it's not with a high mark, it's with the low mark. And yeah, it has worked for me. Again, guys, different strokes for different people. What works for me might not work for you, and what, you know, works for somebody else might work for you. I don't know, but I'm just giving you guys the little hacks that worked for me. It's not going to be a long list or anything. I think it's just going to be like 4 tips, and that's it. And I'm straight to the point. My first biggest tip will be make sure you download Telegram. So I don't know who introduced me to Telegram like a few years ago, but I think I got introduced to Telegram 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago, because my first year I didn't know it, or was it my first year of LLB? Either way, it was back then. Basically, Telegram is an app which has like a lot of people in it. I think it's a, like, we all know I think we all know Telegram, but I don't think people know that there's a Unisa side of Telegram. So what you do basically is that you download Telegram and then you go to Google and search Unisa group bots or whatever they call it, and then you insert your module code. After you insert your module code, it's going to direct you to that particular group, and when you join that group, then it directs you to, you know, direct files, direct study guides, audios, any. So you're gonna go to Google obviously and then search Unisa groups, right? And then it's gonna give you this link to Unisa groups, and then once you are in here, you're going to search a particular mode. Let me just search for LME 3701, and it's going to give me legal research methodology. Then I'm going to Telegram group, and then it's going to tell me join group. And then I'm going to join the group. So what you're going to do when you get into a particular group, then you're going to go to the icon. You see it shows you files. It shows you files of everything. It shows you the media that has been shared, you know, by other students from, it could be for years, guys. And then music sometimes, and then voice sometimes when people search, and then links. Well, we're not supposed to send links because they ban you here, but you know, different things that, but particularly files, previous question papers, textbooks, let me see, study guide, you know. It's very broad. It goes far beyond. So yeah, make it your best friend. I always tell people that if you look at Telegram, it's like the pot of gold. That whenever they talk about that rainbow, at the end of the rainbow there's a pot of gold or whatever, that's Telegram for you. Every Unisa student needs to have Telegram, guys. I think without Telegram, I don't think I would have managed with completing, or at least reaching this far, or, you know, finishing my exams and stuff, because everything is there. You get your previous question papers, you get your study guides, and my favorite part about it is that you also get free textbooks, you know. So I've never bought a textbook ever since I've joined Unisa, and I don't think a lot of people know about it, because, you know, there's certain people that I still talk to and stuff, and sometimes I tell them about Telegram. They're like, Telegram, what's that? You know, I'm like, this, how do you not know Telegram, guys? Make Telegram your best friend. The nice thing about it is also that you get to meet people amongst those groups. You guys get to know each other, and, you know, you grow as a community. You never forget each other. So it's the best way to network, to get study material, and to also get free textbook and stuff, which is financially friendly for me, especially for a student who's studying through Unisa. So please don't forget to download Telegram. I'm just going to show you guys on this next clip on how it works, just a quick, you know, inside and out, but please make sure you get Telegram. The second tip that I wrote, and I'm gonna read first how I wrote, is that if you have a day or 3 left, especially maybe like in portfolio exams and stuff, dedicate 1 day to reading your study guide like you would read a novel. Okay, so what I mean by this is that if you are studying like last minute, like me, for instance, you basically don't have time. You don't have time, and you are working with a limited time frame. It could be a day, it could be 2 days, or it could be 3 days. This is, for me, this is last minute. This is like final. So what I mean by reading through it as a novel is that you're gonna take your study guide, right, and then start from page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, and then when you get to the end of the study unit, you make like small little notes. When you read something like you are not studying, for me personally, you grasp things easier because you are casually, you know, reading through it. You are calm and you're relaxed. You're not doing it to grasp because, you know, you're studying. When it's I don't know if it's studying or whatever, but it sticks. You know, when you read something like you're reading an actual story time or a book, it sticks. And this is what has worked for me and stuff. Also, when you reach the end of the study units, make little notes. This is especially for people that are writing like open book exams or portfolios. Make little notes so that you know where to find what, you know. It's much more easier for you to tackle an open book exam or portfolio when you know where to find what, as opposed to just opening the book on the morning of the exam. That's when you don't have time, you don't know where what is what, and then you get very confused and flustered, and you end up wasting important time, you know. So in my observation, it's very important for you to just make sure you know, make little notes, put page numbers, and know where to find what. It works like a charm. At least it works for me like that. The third thing is that tackle previous question papers, right? I feel like a lot of people always give this particular tip that you know, go through previous question papers. However, they don't mention how you do it, né? With me all the time, né? Let's put it like this. If you're a person that actually studies a lot, and or if you know Unisa, if you know how Unisa, the Unisa system works, I think with other institutions is the same way, né? Every single question one is the same, like no matter which year. Question one particularly deals with a particular topic, né? And I think usually it's an introduction to whatever that you're studying. So let's say, for instance, maybe we're gonna talk about, or a subject is talking about notarial practice. Section 1 always talks about what is notarial practice, the introduction to the module, the introduction to the field and stuff. So with every single question paper that you're going to write, no matter if it's 2018, 2016, 2015, 2013, or 2012, section 1 is always going to deal with the introductory part of notarial practice. You understand? So section 1 because the minute you do question 1 high 5 or more than 2 times, or at least 4 times, you will know what it talks about, and you will definitely have an idea of what you're dealing with. So you're gonna move like that. You're gonna do the question 1s of 4 different question papers, and then you're gonna do section 2s of 4 different question papers, and then section 3s of 4 different question papers, section 4s of 4 different papers, and that is the easiest way you're gonna easily learn, you know. People always say do question paper, but they don't explain the perfect method to do this. The minute you do, maybe it says, for instance, list the principles of this is section, maybe it says section 2, list the principles of notarial practice, and then in another question it's gonna come up as what are the most important principles of notarial practice. You know, these questions don't come the same way, obviously, but if you do section 2 4 times, you're gonna know what's happening in section 2. I hope you guys fully understand what I'm trying to say, and I hope I'm not confusing you guys. If I'm confusing you guys, then you can mention it in the section box, and I'll properly explain it. My 4th tip will be avoid listening to people that a module is hard. Guys, I always tell people that what is hard for you might not be hard for me, you know. And I think this is what actually makes a lot of people fail in varsity, because they come in with the mindset that no, you know, Precious said this module is hard, and then automatically your whole body panics. You understand? What I wrote is that something being hard to another person might not be hard for you. For instance, I was told that financial accounting and constitutional law are terrorists, like they're the terrorists of modules, you know, but I made it all out on my first attempt, you know. They might have not been the best of the best marks that I received, but because I tried to apply myself, it actually all worked out, you know. So don't listen to people. This is hard for me. This is what's hard for another person might not be hard for you. Try to apply yourself. Even sometimes when you don't fully know, try your level best, because there's certain modules where it happens that it's actually general knowledge. I remember in 2019, I had 2 back-to-back exams. I think I was writing taxation and evidence that day, and then I was with a former friend of mine, Nomthandaza Masango. I'm sure you guys know her. She's very popular on social media, and Kumiso Mudise and Zinhlovinfu. So we were writing that particular day, and I was so scared that I was not going to make it through my second exam. This is evidence. I did not know anything about evidence. I had no idea what it was talking about, what the topic was. I remember even telling my mom that, yo mama, can I just get a sick note so that I can just defer from this exam and then not write it, because I don't know anything. And then I remember after writing was it succession, yeah, we met up as the group of girls, and then we spoke about it, and You know, as we were talking, Nomi was like, you know what, just go, like try your level best, and we'll see how it all ends up for you. If it doesn't come out well, then at least we would know that you actually tried. Okay, fine, guys. It took a lot of convincing though. For those 10 minutes, they convinced me, and then I went into the exam, and I applied what I knew. I remember some questions, they were very general knowledge questions, because evidence is like basically deals with evidence and police stuff. And then I think there was this question about police detectives and stuff, the protocols they follow. And I tried to use what I know, you know, things that I've seen on TV and stuff. And believe me, you guys, I passed that module. I got like a 56. Personally, I was expecting a dismal fail. I was expecting a 30 or a 10 even, you know. But I passed it with 56, all because I applied what I know. So don't ever listen to people saying things are hard or stuff. If it's hard for me, it doesn't mean it's going to be hard for you. And that is honestly my best advice. Last tip is that do not be discouraged by moderate marks. What I wrote is that personally for me, it is better than failing. There are people that believe that they would rather repeat than get a mere 50. I don't know, but each to their own, you know? As a person, it is okay to understand that you might not master everything under the sun. And there's also so much that your brain can take, you know? Like you can try to do something 50 times, but there's so much that your brain can take, especially on certain topics. You will not be able to master every single topic that you come across. It is important to reflect and accept, and take this for instance, there are people that excel more in practice than in theory, and there are those that excel more in theory than in practice. I'm not saying do not try your level best, please do it, but please also understand that life is a lifelong journey, and there will be things you will learn on the job and in future. Also, if something is yours, it will never miss you. So what I mean by this particular statement is that, guys, I've met people, I've made friends who are also like, advocates and stuff. And I remember I have this one guy who I was quite close with, and then I remember him seeing my academic transcript. It's like, oh, you actually, you're not bad. You actually try, you're doing well, And then I was like, thank you. And then he's like, yo, when I was still in Univen, I think it was in University of Limpopo. He's like, all of these things, for us, it was just pass with 50. And then, we just learned along the job in practice. And then he was like, you also find now that in practice, there are people that are much more better in theory, as opposed to people in practice, and people are struggling with practice as opposed to theory, There isn't a formula to this law thing. For me personally, like I said, guys, I've never failed before. I'm going to show you guys my academic transcript now. There it goes. I'm going to read it out.
I had to go online and search what the law or what Google says about sharing an academic transcript publicly, and I changed my mind on this one, guys. So I'm really sorry. Like, it says it's harmful. It says that it's just not recommended. So hard.
And I've never failed anything, and I don't think I would like to see a fail on my academic record. I'm not saying I don't want to do better. I really want to do better. But if my mind says this is where it stops, then that's where it stops, And I feel like also when I get to practice one day, there will be things that maybe I might learn and actually master. And there will be things that maybe I might master in theory, but then realize when I get to practice that, okay, maybe this is not your thing. Or in instance, there could be things that I don't master while I'm trying to get my degree. But when I get to practice, I actually master them, But imagine if I had determined my worth on that particular mark that I got on my academic record, then, you will never be a wholesome person. So all I'm saying is just try your level best, apply yourself, and if it's where your mind ends, it ends there. If it's what your mind can actually take, let it be that, But don't ever put pressure on yourself that because you got a 50, you're not worth it and stuff. No, you are worth it. You will learn along the way. There's certain things that you will learn in practice and you will master. So yeah, that's really the tips that I can give you guys. Anyway, guys, I'm so glad that you guys watched my video. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you guys will tell your friends and family to just subscribe to my channel, guys. We're on our road to 1,000 subscribers, guys. 1K, we're almost there. We're like almost, I think 110. I think I'm on 890 something now or something. But yeah, we're almost there, guys. So please, guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.